Hello students, in today's session we will discuss and we will try to understand how to calculate live load and wind load for the truss members. So far we have discussed how to calculate dead load on a structure and how to decide geometry of a structure. Now in today's session we will discuss how to follow the steps for calculating live load. Now, what is live load? As I said, the human beings which live into that house or which live into the residence we have designing, we are supposed to design. The people who are living within it are applying live load on our structure as they are moving from one place to another place, and they are leaving people, leaving things. That's why we called it as a live load. And the major thing about the live load is it is not as fixed as the dead loads are. Dead loads supposed to be a rest at one place for long time. I can say even for the 90 percent of your service life, the objects in dead load remains at its own place. But in the live load case, it is keep moving around your floor, on your floor, and that's why we called it as a live load. And human beings living within that residential, commercial, or whatever structure you are designing applies a live load on our structure. So how to calculate live load, and then what is the purpose of taking wind load on us on structure, and how to go for its calculation, that we gonna discuss here. Now see here on your screen you can see one truss is placed, right? Yes, this truss is placed and this truss is having point load on each panel as 2.55. Point load on each panel as a 2.55. Now this 2.55 changes at its end panel, or at end point we have 1.27 and 1.27 forces. Why so? Because we calculated total force is divided on each panel, but the panel points are 11. That's why the one last force or 1/10 force of value 2.55 is equally divided on two of the sides of, or two of the supports of your truss, right? Next is what is calculation steps, or what are the steps to calculate live load. Now let's go ahead. See here, live load. Live load, I have wrote one formula over here. That formula says 0.75 minus, see here, to calculate live load, I need to follow this formula, and that formula says live load is equals to 0.75 minus 0.02 into, in bracket what it is, theta minus 10. Now what this theta is, in the earlier problems, in the earlier steps we understood theta is a truss angle. The roofing part of your truss, that roof has its angle with the horizontal, and that is the roofing angle, or you can also call it as a truss angle. Okay, and this angle is mentioned earlier as a theta. That same theta I am taking over here. Now what this 0.75 minus 0.02, and why this formula is like this? See here, I have given note for it. Note says normally no assist is provided for sloping roofs with sheet. See, if you are providing roof in this way, this pattern is this is the pattern of your roof, then it is totally sloping, right? It is sloping from both the sides, right? Now when it is sloping, you should take care of one thing, is that, or you should observe that on this sloping sheet there is no another floor, and there is no arrangement that people go above and live upon it. No, we are not this industrial shade, or this roof, or this truss has its own purpose. It occupies the larger machineries of industries, and the machineries which comes into the manufacturing companies that they occupied by this trusses or this industrial shade. That is what the function or serving of this kind of a industry, this kind of a structures, right? But if this roof is sloping, there can be a people who are living upon it and putting the live load on our roof, right? There is no one. Then why we are taking live load? Also, I explained this earlier that whatever load coming upon your truss is considered by the human beings. That live load is assumed to be applied by the human beings living on the surface or living on the top of your structure. Here we are only providing a arrangement that people can go on the roof of your truss and will find and will carry the activity of maintenance, to carry the activity of maintenance, right? And that's why this roof is also designed for some live load, and that live load is taken from this calculation. See here how we do that. Normally no assess is provided for sloping roof sheets with sheets, right? There will not be any assess to go and live on the top of your truss, no. Then in such a cases, IS 875 part 3 makes provision for the design of sheets and purlin. In such cases, IS 875 part 2 it makes provision for the design of sheets and purlin. Alright. Now what is this IS 875 part 2? This is the IS code, Indian standard provided, and it's part 2, and this is comes with some codal provision, or we can say there are some clauses for the designing of loads on coming upon our structures, or to calculate the loads coming upon our structure. They have enlisted some rule. You, in the simple word, you can call it as a rule book, right? As we use IS 800, that is the book IS code which we use for our steel design. Accordingly, there is a code book or codal provision which use where the all clauses are enlisted regarding the load calculations. And which load they are talking about? They are talking about the loads of inserted or imposed by the human beings, or simply we can say live load. Okay. Now as per the table number 2 IS 875 part 2, up to 10 degrees Celsius slope, up to the 10 degrees Celsius slope, live load will be 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. But from the, wait a minute, we are talking about the table number 2 from IS 875 part 2, which is the IS code or IS book to calculate load calculations in the structure. Now up to 10 degree slope, live load is equals to 0.75 kilonewton. If your slope of a truss is up to 10 degrees Celsius, it can be lesser than that but should not be greater. Okay, and in that case live load will be 0.75 kilo Newton per meter square, right? From more than 10 degree slope, live load is equals to 0.75. But what if the load, the angle of degree increases? What we do in that case? In that case, if the angle increases from 10 degree, live load changes to what? 0.75 minus 0.02 alpha minus 10, in bracket alpha minus 10, where alpha is a slope of sheeting. Alpha is slope of sheeting, and for the design of a truss, the above live load may be reduced to 2/3. What they said? They said there should be an angle you have to check, and that angle is less than 10 degree, then live load will be 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. But if that angle is greater than 10 degrees Celsius, then you have to go with another formula in which 0.75 minus 0.02 into in bracket alpha minus 10 is the formula, right? Next is, if you once calculate the live load, which is by checking the angle of if it is less than 10 degree, then you will go with 0.75. If it is more than 10 degree, then live load will be with second formula. But there is a note which you have to take care of, is that for the design of truss, the above live load may be reduced to how much? 2/3. If it is total value is 100%, you should reduce it down to the 2/3 value. Okay, how? That's what the background of live load calculations. Now see here, live load I have calculated for you. Live load is equals to 0.75 minus 0.02. See here, I'm reading this from here. Live load is 0.75 minus 0.02 theta minus 10. Okay, this live load is finally give us an answer 0.58. What's the answer for it? 0.58. This is the live load. Okay, now this live load has to be calculated for panel points. How we did for the dead load, similarly we will do for the live load. Live load has to calculate for panel points. How we will do that? Before I have to reduce my live load to value 2/3. How? As per our previous instructions, we reduced our total live load to by 2/3. Okay, and we come to know that load is now 0.38 kilonewton. This load is now 0.38 kilonewton, right? Once you calculate that load, next is calculating it for panel point. Let's see here, 0.38 into length of a truss into spacing of a truss. Length of a truss is 18 meter, spacing of a truss is 4.5, and support on a roof truss is 0.38. See here. Here the length has to be added from the truss. What is the length of truss? Spacing of a truss is also be calculated in the geometry calculations. Put the every value in this formula and you will get live load on internal panel points. But this live load has to be divided by 10 because we have 10 points. We have 10 points like this on our truss. Right, we have 10 points on our truss like this, and we have to, that's why divide it by 10. We got on each panel point the force is 3.078. 3.078. This live load on end panel of course divided by 2. Half of this value divided by 2. You calculate live load, then go for. Now here your live load calculation ends. Once you calculate live load, you have to draw a diagram for it. How you will draw that diagram? You have to again make a diagram like this. This is the truss, and what is the force at panel point? What is the force at intermediate panel points? What will be the force at end panel points? That you have to show in a figure, and you will get one diagram as shown above. Yes. Now wind load calculation. This part we will learn into next session. How to go for wind load calculation, because it is a little lengthy. I will add one more video on it. Thank you so much.